What's up guys, this is Luke Carbone from the Carbone brothers. Today we are going to be comparing Futures versus FCS to see which is the better fin for you.
If you don't want to know the science behind the fins or which fin is best for what conditions, skip to the competition portion to see who wins.
First, let's talk about the science of the fin. So if you see here, this is the base of the fin. It's where the fin box slot meets the fin template. The farther back your fin is on the base, the more drive is created, and the faster you glide on the fin. The closer the fin is to the base, the more pivoty the fin is. So basically, it slides around on the wave. The rake is the back bottom of the fin to its tallest point. The longer the rake is, the faster and stiffer the fin feels. The shorter the rake is, the more easy it is to maneuver, thus making it easy to do sharp turns and slide the tail. So that's what it means when fins are different shapes. But what about the size? It's pretty easy. All you gotta do is look at the box that your fin came with, or you can go on your fin manufacturer's site and look at their website. Now let's move on to fin flexion. What the flexion of a fin is how much your fin is flexing on your bottom turn. How much a fin can flex is determined by what material it's made from. Also, some fins have a hollow or honeycomb center. This is what it looks like. When a fin is flexy, as you're coming out of your turn, it springs back into place, disturbing the water around you and giving you more speed. Let's go over the different types of fin materials, starting with the stiffest. Number 1, fiberglass fins. This is a very, very stiff fin. Number 2, fiberglass with composite plastic. Number 3, carbon fiber with composite plastic. Number 4, composite plastic. And number 5, neoglass. It's just a cheaper composite plastic. So what fin flexion does on a wave is when you're doing your bottom turn, it flexes and then it springs back into place when you're coming up, giving you an extra speed boost. This can be good and bad. The good thing is it can give you extra speed when you're lacking it. But the bad thing is when you're surfing waves with more power, when the fin springs back into place, you can mistime your turn and you can fly out the back of the wave. For smaller waves that have less power, use fins with a lot of flex, longer rakes, and short bases. The long rake will help give you speed and drive when you're going through flat sections, while the short base will give you the ability to quickly come up to a section and stay in control without the board feeling too tight. The flex will help you gather the speed on the bottom that the small wave lacks. For medium-sized waves, use fins with stiffer flexion and that has a rake and base in the middle of short and long. Because these waves have more power in them, you don't need to go very fast, and you don't want to skip out by having too small of fins. So an all-rounded fin will work best for these conditions. The stiffer flex will serve as a happy medium on the wave as well. For the large size waves, use fins with a stiff flexion, long rake, and a long base. This will give you plenty of drive and speed. You'll be able to keep up with the wave's tempo. If the waves get really big, you might want to step up size so you aren't skipping out. Also, use stiff fins so you aren't flying out the back of the wave. So in point, you want more flexion for smaller waves and less flexion for bigger waves. Now it's time to compare the two fins. Let's start with innovation of fin science. Futures has always been pushing the limit on their fins with the Alpha series, the new black sticks, the foiling indents, the grip on the sides of the fins to create lift, experimenting with different air cores. It's just awesome to see what they're coming up with. FCS is a tried and true design. However, for this round, Futures is going to take this one. Both have been using new materials like FCS with neoglass and Futures with the Alpha line that only uses composite plastic, so they're both experimenting with new materials. Fin material, I'm going to say it's a tie. If you go onto the FCS and Futures website, the fins are basically the same price, ranging between $130 to $140. However, Recently, Futures have come out with the Alpha line. This fin is almost completely made out of composite plastic, which averages $65 to $80 without much compromises to the performance. FCS also has something similar to this, which is their Neo Glass line, averaging around $95. But Futures has 20 plus Alpha models, which doubles the selection Futures has. Futures is overall the better value. Now moving on to durability. Your fin will only wear down if you drag them in the sand, throw them around, and just generally misuse them. The material that's least likely to wear down is carbon fiber. The most likely is composite plastic. There is an exception if you have carbon fiber fins and you mistreat them, then they will be super banged up compared to someone treating their plastic fins great. So honestly, it's a tie here because it's really more based on how well you take care of them. Now, convenience of the fins, because it's super easy to pop in and out of your fins. Futures, you have to keep track of fin keys, screws. It can get lost super easy if you don't have a spot for them. For convenience, FCS is the best bet.
And your winner is Future.
Guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to comment your thoughts on what you think about the fin comparisons. If you have any questions or if I missed anything, please let me know in the comments. Like if you want to see more content like this, and subscribe down below if you want to catch our next video. This is Carbone signing out. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Now, let's talk about Futures fins.